Hello everybody, welcome to Hustleland. My name is Daniel and today we're going to go over how to use Google Hangouts, also known as Google Meet. This is a great service provided by Google for anybody that wants to do online voice calling, also known as VoIP, and you can also use it for video conferencing. So if you want to have a video conversation with a single person or a group of people, and then it also has screen sharing capabilities, so it's fantastic for meeting with coworkers. It's fantastic for distance learning. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up our web browser. So I'm going to open up Google Chrome because that's what I use. I'm on a Windows machine, but you can use Safari or Windows Explorer, any browser that you normally use. So in my URL bar, I'm going to go to meet.google.com. And that's going to drop me on the primary screen for Google Meet. You can see that on the in the middle right here, I have the ability to join or start a meeting. I'm also seeing a list of meetings that are ongoing or that are reoccurring on my calendar that I've set up. So I have an all-day meeting here. It says Dan Live Video and Audio. So I actually use that for my team. While we're working remote, if somebody wants to join that conference, I have it on all day long and they have the ability to come in, ask me questions, we can collaborate on work. But for today, during this tutorial, we're going to start a brand new meeting. So we're going to click here where it says join or start meeting. And then it's going to prompt me to enter in a name for my meeting. It's nice to think about these as meeting rooms. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to title this one Sales Conference Room. But you can title them whatever you want. I'm going to click continue. Then I'm dropped on a screen where I'm able to set my camera and my microphone settings before I join. So my camera failed because I'm using my camera to talk to you and walk you through the tutorial. And unfortunately, I can't have my camera run the Hangout and run my screen recording software, but you can also see here that I can turn off my camera. So the camera's turned off. It's red. That's the indication that it's off. If I click that and my camera were able to run both, then you would see a picture of myself. So when you do it, you'll be able to see yourself, and then you can either choose to have your microphone open or you can mute your microphone. On the right hand side of this black box, there are 3 dots. When you click those 3 dots, you have the ability to turn on captions. It's exactly what it sounds like. If someone is speaking, then you will have captions on the screen. It's great for people that, have a hearing disability, but it's also excellent if you're in a conference room and there's one person speaking and you want to have them on mute. Maybe they're up in the corner of your screen while you're working on something else. You can kind of multitask and have them silenced while still understanding what they're saying. And the most important thing here is the settings button. So if I click on settings, pardon me, it's going to allow me to choose which one of my microphones I want to use. So you can see I have multiple microphones here. I'm going to keep that set on the one that I'm using right now. And then my output, which is labeled speakers here. So I have that set to my computer desktop speakers, but you're going to want to set this to whatever your speaker is. So it'll automatically default to your primary speaker, but this is how you will hear the people that you're on the conference with. And of course, there's a test button here. At the top, it's got audio and video, so we can flip over to video. It's going to allow me to choose my camera. Again, you can see my camera failed because it can't be doing 2 things at once. You can set your resolution. You don't need to go into this settings tab unless you have a custom setup like I do. I'm not on a laptop, I'm on a desktop computer, so I wanted to make sure that my webcam, which is separate from my computer, was up and running. I'm not using the microphone that's built into my webcam. I'm using a separate microphone, so these are all things that I just dropped down. Google will automatically recognize the preferred device and normally choose it. Again, you only want to go in here if you want to change your input or output for a microphone, speakers, or your camera. So I'm going to hit done on the settings. If you didn't have to go in there, it's literally just as simple as hitting join now. You can also join through the telephone. And I think that a lot of people that use Google Hangouts, also known as Google Meet, fail to realize that you can literally just set one of these up, pull out your cell phone, and they're going to provide you with a dial-in number. So let's take a look at that now. So let's join the conference. So now that I've joined the conference, in the background normally would have my video, but you can see that here is a shareable link, so I can share that with my team. I'm also provided with a phone number here. That phone number has a private PIN that's custom to this meeting, and then they give you some nice options here. So the first one is I can just copy that info, which is great if you want to just email it to a friend, so you can hit copy, then you get the notification that's been copied to your clipboard. But then additionally, you can add people. So if I wanted to, you can see some of my friends here. So if I wanted to go ahead and add my buddy, I could, and then I would just send him an invite, or I could choose to add people by phone, which it would then dial them so that they could get on. When you do not have your video or your camera operational, this is how it presents. So you can see I just have an image from one of my Google accounts, whichever one I'm signed into, and it'll show that. So this is what the other participants would see. Some important things to note now that we're in the meeting. So in the upper right hand corner, I have the ability to see participants. That is signified here by the two little people, and then there's a number next to them. So there's only one participant in this meeting. That participant is me. If I click on it, it would show me all of the people that were in the meeting. And then again, I have the ability to add people should I want to add people. Next to the people button, I have a little speech bubble. That speech bubble is the chat for the meeting. So if I want to type a message, I can go ahead and I can type a message, and then I can send that message. And everybody that's participating in the meeting, whether they're here at the time that I send it or they come in after I send it, they'll have the ability to see everything that's in the chat. I find this extremely useful in my use case when I want to go ahead and I want to share links. I want to share links to Google Drive documents or something that we're working on. I can go ahead and I can just pop it. I can pop it right in the chat. I don't have to worry about opening up another application like an instant messenger or Slack or anything like that. Then the last option that we have, it says you. This is for just pinning your own picture if you just wanted to see yourself on the primary screen. One of the other things that you can do if you want to focus in on somebody that's in the meeting, you can pin them and it'll stick their video and their audio just in the forefront, so that you can pay closer attention to them. On the bottom of the Google Meet here, we have the ability to mute ourselves, and so you would just click that microphone button. We have the ability to turn on and off our camera by selecting that button, and then in the middle we can leave the call. So this is how we would exit the meeting. We have the ability to turn on captions from the turn on captions button. We have the ability to present. I'll go over that in a second. And then we have the three dots for more options. These are going to be very similar options to before we got into the meeting. We can change the layout. Again, this is just reorganizing the way that people are viewed in here. You can see there's a big window with some like a gallery on the right, and you can rearrange the tiles. We can go full screen if we wanted to, turn on captions, go back into settings, and the settings are again just to adjust video and audio equipment. We can use a phone for the audio. If we wanted to mute our microphone and then we wanted to dial in on our cell phone or a conference phone, we have the ability to do that. One of the most powerful features of Google Hangouts or Google Meet is the ability to present. I use this all the time. So what you'll do is if you hit present now, you can choose whether you want to present your entire screen or you want to present a window. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that I want to present my entire screen. I'm then presented with a window here. It shows all of my active monitors. I'm only using one monitor, so you do have to click right there, and then you'll get like a bluish gray highlight over the screen that you will be sharing. I really like this because I normally have more than one monitor up and running, and when I'm in a conference call where I have to display my screens, it's very likely that I'll have information on one screen, such as my email, that I don't want somebody to view, and then I'll have information on another screen that is what I'm looking to present. So what I'll do is you just want to make sure you select the right screen so you're not sharing information that you don't want to share. So now that I have that highlighted, I'll hit share. It's going to give me a prompt to let me know that I am presenting at this point in time. Now, the great thing about this presentation is that I'm actually going to move this over so it shows that I'm presenting to everybody. And I'm going to minimize this window, and you can see down here in this area at the very bottom above my Windows bar here, it says meet.google.com is sharing your screen. I can stop sharing or I can hide this message. I always leave this up because I run so many meetings through Google Meet that I don't ever want to forget if I'm sharing my screen or not. But through here, I have the ability to I have the ability to present whatever I want. So if somebody was in this meeting with me, they would see me moving my mouse across my desktop. I could open up any one of these applications. I'll just open up the snipping tool right here, and they would be able to see me interacting with this. So this is just a fantastic way to walk somebody through a tutorial. It's a fantastic way to edit documents together. It's a fantastic way to present slides through PowerPoint or Google Slides to classroom of students or a training, something like that. So what I want to do now is I'm not even going to open up that Chrome window where I'm running the Google Meet. I'm just going to hit this button here. It says stop sharing. Now my screen is totally stopped sharing. I am still in the Google Meet. So if I click on my Chrome, here's that window, and I'm still talking. I'm still in the meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave this phone call. After I've left the phone call, the meeting is completely over. I'm given the ability to rejoin, or I can return to the home screen. I don't want to rejoin this meeting. I'm going to return to the home screen, and I'm good to go. So that's how to run Google Meet. That's how to set up a new meeting, make sure that your microphone and your video are working properly, and how to present your screen. I hope that was helpful. My name is Daniel. This was Hustle Land, and that's how to use Google Meet or Google Hangouts. Have a great one. Bye-bye.